Is Thursday night, 8:30. Welcome to Cruise Chat Live. I am Walter with Where's Walter Travel. As always, my lovely wife Rebecca is sitting right off camera. And tonight, we have Michael joining us from MSC. Hey, Michael, how are you?
Hey, Walter. Good evening. I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to talk with you tonight.
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. I know you're a very busy person. Hey, Sherry, thanks for joining in. Good to see you. It's funny. I swear MSC is the number one question on almost all of our TikToks. Who is MSC? Are they new? What are they all about? What are they like? Why don't you just give us a little background? What and who are MSC?
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, hey, again, Walter, thanks again for having us on. So excited to be here and to talk a little bit about MSC. We are growing. We're growing tremendous. Oh, look at that. I like the mug. Very nice.
Which may or may not have come from your buffet. I'm not going to say.
It may or may not. Can't confirm or deny. There you go. MSC. So we can start with the basics. So MSC stands for Mediterranean Shipping Company. And it's a private cruise line. It's a private company. It's owned by the Aponte family. And it is just the amount of resources and the commitment to this North American market is just truly phenomenal. We just actually wrapped up our first ever sales meeting this afternoon.
Cool.
We had a bunch of people from all over the country come in and start talking about how we can finish the year really strong. And there's some really great things coming as we wrap up the year. Some great programs and new policies to make MSC a very wonderful organization to work with and to sail with. So we are based in a European background, and we're growing here in North America. We sail out of Miami. We sail out of Port Canaveral, and most recently from New York, the Brooklyn terminal. So massive expansion here. And by the end of this year, we'll have the largest fleet deployment in the North American market with 5 ships over here in North America. Wow. So yeah, we're growing very rapidly and we have high ambitions. So excited to start sharing the word.
That is awesome. And I was on the Seaside for just 10 minutes and you guys instantly became one of my favorite cruise lines because you have inflatable ships.
There you go.
Anybody that has inflatable ships is a winner. Look at that. It's got the old MSC logo right there. This just made me so happy.
People love those. They end up buying them. They bring them. They play with them in the pools and bring them back home. And you got the small one too. There you go.
I got the little guy. Yeah, a little tugboat to go with it. And I got one of these. You can see it behind me. I got it like 10 years ago on another ship. And ever since, anytime I see an inflatable, you guys are awesome.
It's nice. It's great to collect those, yeah.
So, one of the things, and you heard me doing this right before the show, but I was wondering, how big is MSC? Because everybody who's watching this, we know Royal Caribbean, we know Carnival, we know Norwegian, we know Princess. Well, get this, people, if you're watching right now, Royal Caribbean has 26 ships. Mm-hmm. Carnival has 24 ships. MSC, as we sit here right now, has 23 ships. That's how big you guys are.
Yep.
Holy cow.
Massive. And we're continuing to grow. By 2025, we'll have World America, which will make it 24 ships for us. And we're so excited for that ship. It's truly going to be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ship. And it'll be home here in Miami. So it'll be sailing 7 nights, 14 nights. And it's already open for bookings. And it's from the renderings that we've seen. It's just gorgeous ship.
Amazing. So Sherry, Norma, Cindy, Rana, Brenda, thanks guys for joining us. Really appreciate you coming in. If you're just tuned in, hey, first of all, I want to ask you to please subscribe to the channel, maybe hit some likes, all stuff like that, so YouTube knows you actually like what we're doing. And of course, as always, my lovely wife Rebecca sitting right off camera. And if we can help you in any way to book your next MSC cruise, certainly reach out to where'swaltertravel.com. Now, Michael, let's talk about the differentiators for the brand. How do you guys kind of differentiate yourself? Like I just mentioned, Royal Carnival and some of the other guys.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, we have a unique experience. We are looking for that international traveler, that person who, has their passport and has used it multiple times. They love to go into new cultures. They love to travel with their families. They're curious traveler. That is the kind of traveler that we're looking for, and the one that would really enjoy the MSC experience. We have that European heritage, which is part of our DNA. We are the largest cruise line in Europe, and we are growing rapidly over here in North America. So, we definitely want to be known as a family cruise for adventure seekers and those who really just like to explore the world and go to these fabulous destinations that our itineraries cover. Oh, Walter, did we lose you? Or did you lose me?
I will say I saw that exact thing when I was on the ship. We were on the MSC Seaside, I don't know, about a month ago now, 2 months ago. Oh my God, has it been 2 months? Oh God, we got to get back on the ship. But it was a very international audience. That was what I noticed. A lot of crowds.
That's true. It's a very international crowd.
Lots of international flair going on.
You'll definitely hear various languages. There's people from all over the world that come and sail with us. In particular, here in North America, we are big in Europe. We're big in South America and Brazil, one of the largest over there. And we have people that come over here to Miami, Orlando, or New York at one of our ships, and they want to go see Ocean Key, our private island that is just truly remarkable. So we have a loyal following, and people want to come and check out all the stuff that we have going on this side of the planet.
Yeah, I'm gonna apologize to folks. We are getting a little bit of freezing here and there, so I just bear with us. It usually cleans itself up after a few minutes, so apologize for that. If you see some freezes, just stick with it. And be questions about it. I mean, we had all kinds of questions about MSC, so we decided to go get on board, and that's really the only way to truly understand. And I think one of the things that everybody needs to understand is you don't go on MSC expecting it to be Royal Caribbean or Carnival or Norwegian. MSC is MSC, and you have your own way of doing things. Where folks are going to recognize a lot of things on your ship, but then things are going to be different, and that's what's cool about it. I mean, don't expect it. I think where I've seen some disappointment is people who just, it's not like Royal Caribbean. No, it's not. It's like
no, and it's not. And we're very intentional about that, Walter. We don't want to be like Royal Caribbean. We don't want to be like Carnival, like any of our competitors. We are our own brand. We have our own unique offerings, and we know that what we bring to the table, people love and they enjoy, and we have repeat customers. The loyalty to this brand is just truly phenomenal. And how boring would that be, Walter, if we were just the same like everyone else? We need to be different. Even our private island is completely different. It's a marine reserve.
Right.
We really focus on those sustainability efforts, and that truly shows both in our ships and what we do to keep those sustainable, and what we do in Ocean Key, our private island.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about Ocean Key in just a little bit. So is it Ocean Key or Ocean K? Which way do we
Ocean Key. Ocean Key. Yeah, I used to pronounce it Ocean K as well, but we call it's Ocean Key for sure.
So it is Key, just like the standard one. Yes. So just Coco K is the one that's like on its own little thing, but it is Key. Good. All right. Good. So why don't we talk about the ships themselves and the onboard experiences? What do you think separates MSC, or what are some of the things that folks can expect when they come on board your ships?
Yeah, so we have these 4 different experiences that our customers get to enjoy. It's the Bella experience, Fantastica experience, the Aria experience, and then of course our Yacht Club experience, which is truly a remarkable premium experience that we have for our customers. And we just get the highest scores whenever people are using and boarding with the Yacht Club experience. But I can start with the Bella experience, which is just our entry level product. People can go. It's kind of the guaranteed level. You get your cabin later as we approach the sailing date. The Fantastica experience just provides tremendous value because It allows you to change your cruise once complimentary. It has a free room service that is available for you as well. You get to pick your cabin. You get to pick what time you want to go dining. So it's truly just great value for the price that we're offering that experience. And then we have our Aria experience, which is some of our premium balconies, ocean view rooms. And it is a dedicated area in the ship that these customers get access to. The exclusive solarium that we have for adults to enjoy. We are a family brand. We welcome everybody from the family, from babies to the parents, the grandparents. We want everyone to come and enjoy. But we also know that there are some people who want to be with the adult section and they don't want to have be in seeing kids all the time. And we definitely have that part in our ship where people can just go and know that there's only adults area there too. So those folks in the Aria experience get to go to the solarium and this wonderful place for them. And they get access to our Aria spa, which is a fascinating place. There's a thermal jacuzzi. There is a snow room in there, which it literally, there's snow in it. You open it up, people go in and enjoy, and it's full of snow. It's not for me, Walter. Being from South Florida, I start panicking when it drops below 70 degrees. But I'm told it's really good for your skin and people really love it. So when you get the Aria experience, you get access to the spa facilities. My favorite part of the Aria experience, though, is there's this jacuzzi outside that is overlooking the ocean. And it's just so much fun to go on those sea days because you get to have the breeze of the ocean and just overlook the wonderful vacation you're having. And then, of course, finally is the Yacht Club, which is, again, our premier experience. Yeah. It's the first class service. You get a butler with you 24 hours a day. The moment you arrive to the port, Walter, the butler is waiting for you. They grab your bags. There's a dedicated check-in for you. You're the first to get on our ship. So you get immediate access to these wonderful facilities that we have. The Yacht Club is really a ship within a ship. Mm-hmm. You have your own private restaurant, your own private pool, private bar. You even have your own private little entertainment. We have live music that goes to those ships, that goes to the pool and then provides that entertainment. And we have a lot of clients, Walter, that simply get on Yacht Club and they never leave. That's just where they stay the entire length of their journey. So a truly unique experience for our customers.
Yeah, definitely. And while everybody's looking at this, at what the Yacht Club brings you, I see a question about the loyalty matching program, Michael. Are you up to speed on that you can talk to that?
Yes. So that's our status match program that we have going on right now. And it is such a generous program for two reasons. Because we accept all of our competitors. You simply fill out the form online, show us which status you have with one of our competitors. And in a few business days, our team reviews it and approves you into the level that we have here. And it's called our Voyagers Club. There's some really, really wonderful benefits by being a member of Voyagers Clubs. There's discounts. There's opportunities to have champagne, Prosecco delivered to your room, access to the Aria spa, even if you don't have the Aria experience, because if you're, for example, gold status with us, you get you're entitled to 1 hour on the cruise to go to the Aria experience just because you're a gold member with us. So just by getting that status match approved and getting on our ships, I mean, you could have just a much elevated experience than by not being a member. So it's a great program, super generous for that. But also, we don't stop there. We also accept hotels. So we know a lot of folks have never gone on a cruise before. We know that there's so much runway there for people to kind of come on board and enjoy this wonderful vacation. So we know some people may have status with like Marriott or Hilton or Hyatt, and we accept that. It's a unique status match program for those reasons. Not only do we accept our competitors, but we also open it up to hotels too.
Nice. And I just want everybody to appreciate this picture. Michael, what are we looking at here? This is insane.
We are looking at a place that if I was in, I would probably never leave. I would just stay there. And I'm good. This is going to be home for me. This is part of our Yacht Club experience. It's one of our most luxurious cabins that we have on a few select ships. And I mean, it's just a massive, beautiful cabin.
Yeah.
Again, it comes with a butler service. You can have your breakfast, lunch, dinner delivered, or if it's 2 a.m. and you want some of our fabulous pizza, it'll come straight to your cabin. You can enjoy it right there as you overlook the ocean and in the middle of the night. So I mean, it's just a luxurious and wonderful experience over there in this particular cabin. I wish we were there. We should have had the
You know,
there.
Michael, we messed up. We should have done the live right from that hot tub. That's what we should have done.
Right? Exactly. With some Prosecco. And there you go.
That is absolutely lovely. And I do see a question. Yeah, this is Marcello, you're asking, is this a real suite? Yes, this is not a rendering. This is a photo, right, Michael?
This is real. This is sailing right now on our ship World Europa, which right now is doing some wonderful itineraries in Northern Europe, and then going back to earlier in 2025, we will have World America, which is going to be the sister ship to World Europa. It's going to have a little bit of different elements to it. This is a rendering of what the pool would look like and everything. It'll come to us in April of 2025, and it'll be based here in Miami. So we're super excited for that ship. It's just going to be a beautiful vacation to take on board, and I mean 2025 can't come soon enough.
Yeah. And I see a couple of questions in there, and you just talked about how we were talking before the show started about how you just had that big meeting with everybody.
Yes.
And you've been hearing some of the pain points from customers, and you're excited that MSC is listening. So a couple of questions about the website, maybe some of the customer service and things like that. So
right.
Can you talk a little bit to that?
Yeah, absolutely, Walter. And I'm glad you brought that up, because we know that in the past there have been some pain points for MSC and some opportunities for growth. And we want to thank our travel advisor community. We want to thank our clients, our customers, because all the feedback that has been sent over, it is sent over to our leadership team to review. And we have all these meetings, and we talk about, all these ambitious goals that we want to achieve. And because of this feedback, I am so thrilled to say that there's some wonderful programs, some updates to our policies that are going to be announced over the coming weeks and months that are going to be just excellent news for travel advisors and for our customers, who are going to realize that it is such a unique and wonderful experience to sail with MSC. So I'm thrilled about everything that we heard over these last couple of days. And look, like I mentioned to you earlier, it's not going to be instant coffee. It's not going to happen overnight, but it is happening. We are tracking this daily, and we are making the changes because, look, MSC is the largest cruise brand outside of the North American market. And the company wants to grow here in North America. There's some strong investments that have been made. The Port Miami, that new terminal that's coming up and running, this facility is going to be a world-class facility. And it's not part of the plans, but just to give you a scale of what this terminal can do, it'll have the ability to turn about 36,000 people in one day. So just a massive facility that is intended to make the moment you arrive to the terminal begin your vacation and make it a seamless, easy journey to the moment you get dropped off from your car, or you park your car in the garage, you head on over, check in, and you get on board and start your vacation as smooth as possible. So, a lot of the feedback that we've received from all the ports that we service across the world, we put it into this project. And by the middle of next year, we should have this up and running. Wow. And it's just, it can't come soon enough, because it's just going to be a remarkable landmark in Miami. It's going to be towards the end, by the way. So as every ship is sailing out, everyone's going to see this wonderful terminal as they head on. They're going to be like, I wish I was on MSC. I wish I was sailing in. That looks amazing.
I mean, it's not even towards the end. It's like literally, it's the last thing you see when you go out. It's going to be the first thing you see when you come in. And I think what's really cool about it, this is designed by the Fincantieri company, who we all know builds amazing ships.
Correct.
It
Correct.
kind of looks like a ship. It kind of has, it looks to me almost like a cross between like an aircraft and a ship. It's quite
Yeah.
a beautiful design.
Yeah, and it's actually, we've taken a lot of best practices from the travel industry and applied it to this terminal. So there's a lot of things that have worked really well for terminals, for airport terminals, and we've implemented it here with a lot of space. A lot of space. You want people to feel that they're not cramped, that there's just you're getting packed in before you board. We want space to be abundant in this facility. And another very important item that we took to heart as this project was being designed and is to the point of almost completion is the natural light. You'll see so much glass everywhere because we really want the natural light to be a focal point for our customers to enjoy. They're going to get so much sunlight. They're going to get so much exposure to the beautiful nature that is involved in our sailings. And we want people to feel that the moment they arrive in the terminal. We know nowadays too, Walter, that the terminal experience is part of the cruise experience. So we want to make sure that we are delivering a world-class experience to our customers the moment they step foot in this terminal.
That's nice. And am I correct that that's a parking garage on the right side of that picture? It's going to be parking right there?
You are correct. There's going to be a parking garage there. And in fact, if you have any sailings from Miami happening over the next couple of months, you'll see it all already start taking shape and see a lot of what this rendering is. You'll start seeing a lot of it, especially over the next couple of months as we start heading into the final chapter of this project.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we were there in December, so the project was just getting off the ground. Yeah. And that was when I knew how, I had no idea what the scale of this thing was until I saw it. I was like, holy crap, this is going to be big. So,
it's massive. It's massive. And again, Walter, it's just a testament to the investment that this company is making in North America, building this port, and we're going to be the ones managing it, controlling it. We will control the experience. So it's not going to be outsourced. It'll be an MSC owned experience to make sure, again, the customer experience is a priority for us. And we want to make sure, again, the moment you get into that terminal, we are in charge of making sure that we deliver memorable, positive vacations.
That's awesome. Got a great question here from Norma. Can those in the Bella experience go to the solarium that you were talking about?
For the adult area, yeah, of course. You can join. You can go to the adult area for sure and enjoy and have a good time. Absolutely. It's the Aria spa that you have to either have status with our Voyagers Club or have the Aria experience where you need to do that. There is a third way to get in, and that's if you want to get a massage and relax, have one of our many very relaxing treatments that are available, that'll give you access to. So there you go.
That's awesome. Thank Norma. And thank you everybody for watching so far. Welcome to the show. If you've just joined in, I am Walter from Where's Walter Travel. This is Michael from MSC Cruises. Michael, you're pretty new to this too, right? We were talking about that earlier.
We were talking about that earlier. I was talking about it with my colleagues earlier today, how I'm actually 4 months already with the company, which is insane. It feels like it was yesterday that I started. And it feels like it was yesterday that we were having these conversations about you going on the ship and it's your first time on MSC.
That's so awesome. And I mean, I just started, I became a travel agent in October of last year. So, I mean, we're all kind of new at this. Knock on wood, we're very fortunate to have quite a few amazing customers. And I've already got somebody booked on the World America.
Oh, there you go. How exciting.
There you go.
No, it's been wonderful. It's been really, really nice. And there's been such a strong demand for cruising. People have really started to take a look at this as such a wonderful vacation experience and just tremendous value. And that's something that we're very proud of here at MSC. We want to deliver a value product for our customers. We want people to get on, enjoy, have a great time, and tell their friends, tell their families, wow, like I got just some great value when I went on MSC. It was such a great time. I enjoyed our specialty dining restaurants that we had. I enjoyed Ocean Key. I enjoyed the Aria Spa. I enjoyed the pools, the drinks. I mean, we want to make sure that that's top of mind. And there's just tremendous value when you look and sail with us at MSC.
Wow. Hey, Scott. Hey, Louise. Thanks for joining in. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much. Yeah. And, you know, everything he's talking about, I have so much stuff to load up on the YouTube. I just haven't had the time to edit it. So go over to my TikTok channel. Where's Walter Travel? I have a whole MSC playlist. I've got our cabin. I've got all the food we ate. I've got some of the drinks that I had. I mean, we had such a fun time. Oh my God, you guys have homemade mozzarella and homemade burrata. on the
Oh
buffet.
my goodness, my goodness.
What?
It is something that like every time I get on the ship, I get so excited and I start eating everything that I can get my hands on. And it's great. It's wonderful. But then I'm just like, my gosh, I am gonna need to get a new pair of jeans, or I need to start running. I need to be one of those people that goes to the gym during the cruise and runs a mile or something.
No, you don't go to the gym. You look at it and you go, ha, look at all those idiots now.
I admire them. My gosh, they are. I tip my hat to them. That is incredible. To have that discipline.
I know.
Not me.
Not me. Michael, so you were on the Seaside recently. What is your favorite dining spot? Ooh.
My favorite dining spot is probably going to be one of our specialty dining restaurants. It's called Ocean K, which it's intentional that we call it that. It's our seafood restaurant on board our ships. That's how we tell the difference between the island and the seafood restaurant on our ships. So Ocean K, seafood, amazing food. When I was there this past weekend, I had the sea bass. And I learned the most interesting way how they cook the sea bass. So they have this layer of salt that they bake it in, and it takes a little extra more time, but it keeps the flavor in. So once you're having those bites, I mean, my gosh, it was so delicious. And I was so excited. I was like, I got to make sure I eat this carefully too, because I don't have a bone in there. But the flavor was out of this world, and the sauces that we used over there was really nice. So I'm really glad I had the opportunity to enjoy that. But Ocean K, the restaurant, is my favorite specialty dining, and it's very closely tied with Butcher's Co, which is our steakhouse too, which is I mean amazing as well too.
Yeah, it looked great. I think my favorite, it wasn't a dining spot, it was the affogato from Venchi.
That's right.
Ridiculous. And then we actually did 3 meals in the Pan Asian restaurant. We actually got one of those 3 meal. And the actual Pan Asian menu, I think, might have been my absolute favorite. It was so good. And I got a service. They're just so over the top friendly. Every night they saw us come in, like even if we weren't going to their restaurant, hey, how you guys doing? You have amazing staff on those ships.
And it's only going to get better too, Walter. Part of what we discussed in our meetings is how we can elevate the customer experience on board. And we're going to be doing some hospitality training and making sure that what we are promising, we're delivering on when the guest is on the ship. So there's a lot of great things that are going to come down the pipeline regarding those programs, but we want to continue that hospitality. We want people to enjoy the experience on board. And, nothing's perfect. There will be some issues. And if there are issues, we want to make sure that we address them when the customer is on board so that they have a wonderful time and they get back to enjoying their vacation.
Yeah, I mean, really the only way, look, we've all seen there's been all kinds of negative talk out there. There's been, people talking about things. And the only way to really experience and know what MSC is all about is to do exactly what we did. We went to Port Canaveral. We got on the MSC Seaside, and we had a great time. Yeah. You accept it for what it is. MSC is MSC, and it's not anybody else. I will say, man, your pools, they were big, they were deep, they were fabulous. And I love the jungle pool.
The jungle pool, right?
Has the green tint to it. I love that.
Yeah. It's that's actually one of my favorite pools for 2 reasons. I really love the fact that it's a deep pool, so I appreciate that. But I also like that particular pool has a retractable roof. So if you're sailing and you just don't get favorable weather for X or Y reason, we just close it up and you can still enjoy your pool experience regardless of the weather. So it's great. And there's a bar right in front of it too. So you can just get out real quick, grab a beer, get back in, hang out. And it's all very simple.
It's all very simple. And you guys definitely have a lot of bars everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'll give people a tip. I've seen some people say, well, sometimes the lines are long at the pool bar. You know what? Go inside, at least on the seaside. Go inside, go to the seaside bar or sea view bar, whatever that bar is called inside. Just go in, get a drink. Go back out to the pool. You'll have your drink before most of those people have. So if you see a line, go somewhere else. That's all.
Yeah. Another fun tip that I tell some folks is that bring one of those Yetis or tumblers that keep your drinks cool a little bit. That way it'll last a little longer, especially when it's hot in those hot days outside and the ice just melts super quickly. Put that in there, and your drink will last you a lot much longer. Absolutely. Now here's a question talking about expansion. Do you think you'll ever be sailing out of Boston? Is that on the long range, do you think? So, I mean, never say never. We always, our team is constantly looking for opportunities. I don't think there's anything in the works right now, not that we have been told or seen. So I don't think, and it's in the foreseeable future, but we do have itineraries that stop in Boston for sure.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, I would not want to be one of those people who has to do all the scheduling, because if you look at all the ships that are out there right now and all the little chess pieces and moving, I talked to some of your counterparts at the other cruise lines about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't know when the itineraries come out, they come out."
Yeah, it's a tough job. I was able to meet some of my colleagues who are on that team, and they were explaining a little bit and giving me a little bit behind the curtains of it all. And it is a lot. There's a lot of layers to it. It sounds simple, but when you actually start talking to somebody who does this, you're like, my gosh, I had no idea all of that goes into planning this itinerary and why we're going here on this day at this time and for this specific moment. So it's truly fascinating. But yeah, it's a lot of layers.
And it's funny too when you're on a ship and they have to miss a port. They're like, "Well, why don't we just go?" Oh yeah, well, there's a reason why we can't just go.
The reason, yeah. Again, it all looks so simple, right? It just take us over there. It's easy. Just drop anchor, and here we are.
So we talked a little bit about the World Europa. We've talked a little bit about the World America. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the World Series? I mean, the World Series?
The World Series.
The World Series. Tell us about who's going to win the World Series this year, Michael. Come on.
Yeah, well, look, I'm from South Florida, so the Marlins. We're gonna have the Marlins out there.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, so the world class of ships. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what they are and how they differentiate from, say, like the Seaside series?
Right. So, look, I'll start by saying that the world class ships are just beauties. They're gems. World Europa was the first one to get us started, and the commitment to North America was we were going to make the next world class ship, the World America, come to North America and call Miami home. Sustainability is in our DNA. It is so important for us to make sure that everything that we're doing is to leave the planet in a better place than when we found it. It's so important for us to make sure that we're doing that, and we're intentional with everything that we're doing to get to those goals. We have World America, which is going to be one of our most sustainable ships out there. We are designing the ship to be more aerodynamic. We're designing it so that the motors are a little bit more quieter, so it doesn't disturb the marine life as we go through these wonderful itineraries through the Caribbean. We're designing intentional stops so that we're not just moving the ship all over the world, all over the Caribbean and causing more pollution. And we want to make sure that we're intentional on making sure that we're reducing our emissions, we're reducing plastic, and that we are growing and making sure that we are growing in a responsible way. So the world class was developed, and there is just a lot of great things that are happening on that ship. And one thing that I will mention is that it's so important, the feedback that our customers have given us. And we know that in the North American market, for example, comedy clubs are very popular, right? People love to go to the comedy club and enjoy after dinner or late at night. So for the first time, MSC is going to have a comedy club in World America. We took that feedback, and there it is. It's gonna be included. It's gonna have its own dedicated space. We've also understood that people really love in this market a lot of the speakeasy vibe, the speakeasy concept. So we're gonna have a speakeasy on the World America concept.
Dude.
A gin bar, which if you love gin, I mean, we're gonna have so many different types of gins available for people to enjoy.
You're gonna invite me on for the previews, right?
We're gonna definitely have you on one of those.
Because if you don't, I'm gonna come find you. You're talking my language right now, man.
We're gonna have to do one of the shows from the coffee.
We are. There you go.
The coffee emporium that we're gonna have on board. It's gonna have just amazing coffee from all around the world. So we'll have one of your favorite coffee drinks as we do one of the shows there. And then something that's really exciting that we had a chance to try, actually, we have in these world-class ships the ability to brew our own beer using ocean water. So it's a whole process. It's filtered, and we create our own beer there. And we had an opportunity to have some and try it. And if you love beer, the taste is amazing, and it's really cool. It's a cool concept too to have that type of beer. So it's just a lot of great details that are going into the ship, and we are just so excited that in just a couple of years it's going to be here. And it'll be in Miami. So in the cruise
Wow.
capital of the world, we'll have this
That's kind of
beautiful
cool.
ship ready for our customers to enjoy. And we're so proud of all the sustainability efforts that we're doing to make sure that we keep that message not only for our ships, but in Ocean Key as well.
Man, so you hit on speakeasy, you hit on coffee. When is the ship coming? Like tomorrow?
April 2025, which will be here tomorrow. I
Oh,
mean, look at this. It's already
man.
August. It's already August this
God.
year. It'll be here
Oh,
soon.
man. We got to wait? Oh, man.
And I didn't even tell you about the bumper cars too that we'll have as well. There's gonna be bumper cars.
Bumper car. Oh, and I don't have the picture. You gave me a picture of it. Oh my God, the bumper cars looks like so much fun.
And there's gonna be so much more cool things that as we approach the release of the ship, we'll start teasing and showing. So stay tuned because it's gonna be just a one-of-a-kind trip.
I think you and I need to ride it across. I think we need to go to Europe.
Yeah.
And come across with it, create some content, do some bumper cars.
Yeah, there you
check
go.
out every single bar, try every single coffee.
Mm-hmm. And then that's it. Now we know it's quality.
I'm not kidding.
Sure is there.
Rebecca knows I'm not joking. I'm serious.
There you go.
Hey, Desiree. Hey, Tamal. Good to see you. I see a question. Well, actually, I don't know. I haven't tried this yet, but does MSC allow solos in the Yacht Club? I haven't actually tried to book a solo.
There's opportunities for that. It's a little bit limited right now because of the fact that it's such a popular product that you have to really go look for it far out. People are planning these trips. They are starting to know about Yacht Club, so they'll board the ship and they'll get the next vacation right on the ship, and they'll already get the Yacht Club experience. I mean, the product, not only is it just a unique, wonderful way to enjoy your vacation in a premium way, but the price is so competitive, Walter. It is out of this world. And look, don't take my word for it. Take a look at our pricing and then compare it to our peers, and you'll see that we have an aggressive price for this remarkable experience that is called Yacht Club. So it's not only just a wonderful thing getting on, but the price is just something that you're just like, wow, I paid this much and I got all of this. This is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, he's not going to say it, but there are certain ships out there that are of the seas, and you can get a balcony on that, or you can get a Yacht Club suite, and that comes with. And these butlers have tails, honest to goodness, tails and white gloves. I mean, come on,
white glove service.
It's
white glove service.
That is too funny. Dave, like what he said, it's a very limited product. You have to remember that too. It's a very limited product on the ship, the Yacht Club. It's only, I don't know how much percentage of it, but it's a very small percentage of the ship.
Yeah.
And you would have to be booking probably early on. It depends on the ship. It depends on the time of year. But MSC is going to control that product because it is so limiting. And that may be why it's not permitting you to do solo on that one. I've never tried to book a solo into the Yacht Club yet. So it's always been multiple passengers. So talk to your travel agent. That's what we do. We call in and we find out, well, hey, I've got somebody who's a solo. How can we make this happen? And then we try to figure out how to make, if it's possible.
What's another thing that's great about the Yacht Club experience is not only are these fabulous rooms like the one that we showed that has the jacuzzi right overlooking the ocean. If you're traveling with your family and, let's just say, for example, mom and dad want to have this room and they just want to enjoy, they want to bring the kids along too, and they want to bring the nanny who helps take care of the children. There are interior Yacht Club cabins too. So there's opportunities for a lot of different budgets that want to splurge on a premium experience. It doesn't have to be a balcony. It doesn't have to be this luxurious presidential one too, but there's different types of cabin types for the Yacht Club experience that people really like. So there's interior Yacht Club and you get the same benefits. You get the same butler to bring you anything you want, late at night, early in the morning. If you're craving something in particular, these folks, the hospitality they provide is unique, special, and they just go above and beyond always to make sure that their customers have a great time.
Yeah, and it is crazy that we can get the interior on that and still get that whole thing. Hey, Marcello, if you want to break some bread, come on down to Orlando. Absolutely. Let's break some bread. Let's have some lunch. Always good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much for joining in. Marcello and I go all the way back to Atlanta. I lived in Atlanta for a very long time, and he's been a good friend. So thank you, man. Come on down to Orlando, man.
Yeah.
Let's have some dinner, talk MSC. I'll talk cruising to anybody, anytime, you know.
Oh, there's so much to talk about.
So much to talk about. And you know what really made me laugh, your sail away party was just, all of a sudden these flags started popping up and things were happening. I'm like, what is going on? It was fun.
That sail away party is great. It's got a lot of energy, get people excited. They're on board. They finally made it. It's time to enjoy, forget the problems, forget everything, and just have a good time for the next couple of days, next couple of weeks or two, and just have a great time. My favorite though is the white party. That is really, really fun. It's held usually at the top of the ship, right on the last night, and everyone dresses up in white, and we have all these wonderful music. The crew is there engaging, dancing, and if there's bad weather, we bring it inside to the atrium, which is just as fun. I've tried them both.
Yes.
They're both a great time, and you'll be up late into the evening enjoying the white party.
Yeah, and I got to say, you guys had a 70s party when we were on there too, and I was blown away by what the passengers were wearing. I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't know this was coming. I knew about the white party. There was another one I knew about, but the 70s party, I had no idea. And there was one woman who like walked right out of the Mod Squad. I was like, oh my God, it was amazing.
Oh yeah, so, people get very, very into it and get very excited about
it. So let's talk about your private island, because I thought this was one of my favorite surprises of the entire cruise. Was when we got to Ocean Cay. Let's see if I can bring that up. There we go. There it is. And one of the interesting things I think about this photo, first of all, you can actually see the channel in the foreground, which is kind of interesting, but you really appreciate just how small and natural this island is. And on our cruise, we had an overnight stay. And I've never had an overnight stay at a private island. And I think the coolest thing about that was the party was at night after the sun went down. So it was cooler. It wasn't like blazing hot out there as we're trying to have a party.
Oh, it's one of my favorite itineraries, the ones that stay overnight. It's very unique to us, a very MSC thing to have this overnight stay in our private islands. And we know our customers love it because they let us know once the cruise vacation is done. We have that survey and people fill out, love the fact that we stayed overnight. And like you mentioned, that beach party is at night. We have the lighthouse, the light show that lights up the island, and it's such a fun time for everybody. I mean, we have people of all ages coming out and having a great time. We have kids, we have grandparents, mom, dad, uncles. I mean, it is a great time for everybody, and we want everyone to have a good time. So the beach party is great, and yes, me too. I'm very glad it's at night, so it's not so hot, and you get to have a good time. And Ocean Cay, just to go back on that, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's a marine reserve. So that's the one thing that differentiates us from our peers, is that it is a marine reserve. So we do a lot of great work for the environment. In fact, we just recently had coverage on, I believe it was the Today Show, where they talked about our coral restoration program, where we're trying to find a super coral. That's the one that is able to survive and grow in extreme weather conditions. And we have partnerships with the University of Miami, NOVA, where we have students actively working on ways that we can improve the coral and make sure that we have a positive environmental impact. So it's a marine reserve. We have completely transformed this island. Before this was Ocean Cay, it was pretty much a forgotten island for a very long time. It needed a lot of love, and it needed a major facelift. So MSC invested a ton of money and resources to go in there and clean it up to the beautiful, majestic island that it is today. You won't find a water park. You won't find these high energy environments. It is a beach day. We want it to be a family environment that people come and relax, have a few beers, have some cocktails, have food, have just a wonderful beach day here at Ocean Cay. My favorite in particular is the Lighthouse Bar, because it gives you those great views of the ship, that beach next to it too is also my favorite, because you go in there, you're hanging out in the middle between the lighthouse and the ship. So you have great opportunities for some really nice photos with your family and friends. But the water is just amazing. It's crystal clear. You can just really enjoy your entire day there. But that bar at the lighthouse is great. There's live music there during certain hours.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
that's
can
right.
enjoy, have a few drinks, have some snacks, and listen to the live music as the breeze, hits you for a couple hours. And it's really, really, really nice. And one thing that we also know our customers really enjoy about Ocean Key is that the drink package follows you on the island. So Walter, theoretically, you can get off the ship and not spend a single dollar more. There's a food hall that we have on island. So you go grab some food when you're hungry and go back to the bar. You have the drink package, enjoy some drinks, and hang out at the beach all day. And you don't need to spend another dollar. However, there's opportunities. Of course, we have these wonderful food trucks that there's the specialty dining concept where you pay a little extra for these snacks and meals. But if you just wanted to get off, enjoy the food hall that we have in the island and the cocktails that you get from your drink package, that's you. So you don't have to spend any money. And we know that we want to bring value. And that's, again, more about what we're trying to do, bring value to our customers and have memorable vacations.
I will say, not just because you're here, but I've said it on multiple TikToks and things. This is now my favorite private island for a cruise line. I was not expecting it. I don't think a lot of the footage that you see online that a lot of vloggers shoot does it justice, because it is a natural island and it's quite lovely when you're actually boots on the ground. You get on the ground and start walking around. It's gorgeous. And one thing I want to point out is I think it's one of the most mobility friendly of all the islands, because there are these wide concrete paths everywhere. So if you're in a wheelchair, if you're in a scooter, this is a very easy island to get around.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to our one of our main objectives, Walter, is we want to welcome everybody. Everybody from the whole family is welcome. We want to make it as easy as possible for everyone to enjoy. Yeah.
It really is, and I absolutely flat out love this island. So
there's a very cool documentary show that was done on Ocean Key. If you have some time, I definitely recommend you take a look at it. National Geographic. It's called Building Paradise Island, and it goes into detail on the history of this island and the time it took to clean it up and make it beautiful Ocean Key that it is today. It's not that long. I think it's maybe, a couple of episodes, and I think it's like 30 minutes each, but it's great footage. And you learn a lot about, I learned a lot about Ocean Key, and I reference it sometimes because they do such a good job at explaining the project and how it started, how long it took, and how it got to this point. So I definitely recommend people take a look at it if they're curious about it. But you are completely right. We hear a lot of that feedback too, Walter. People love this island. It ranks either their favorite or among their favorite private islands.
And one little tip I'll point out to you guys: if you notice how the ship is literally right up against the island, there's a couple other private islands out there that have piers, but the ship is they had to build a pier out because it was so shallow. You have this nice channel, because this was actually an industrial mining site at one time. That's how dirty it all was. So you have this lovely channel there. So when we were getting ready for lunch, we looked at what you had there. There was a little bit of a line, and it was like, you know what? The ship is literally right there. And it took us 5 minutes to walk from the food hall to get back on the ship. So we just left our stuff on the island, went and had a nice buffet lunch, and came back out. So that's even an alternative, because the ship is just so close. It's right there. That was awesome.
It's right there.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
So, wow, Michael, we've already been talking over 45 minutes. Man, this is great. And thank you, Norma, for the kind words. Look at that. You're loving this conversation. Thank you so much. That's what I'm trying to do with Thursday nights. Is turn this into conversation so you guys can start to get behind the scenes with some of these cruise lines and some of our travel partners. And Michael, really do appreciate you taking the time tonight. So this is great.
It's my pleasure.
I'm going to transition into your broad range of itineraries. Folks, if you did not know, this company is literally everywhere. Michael, why don't you kind of walk us through some of these places you go and what all you do?
So as I mentioned earlier, this is a global brand. We are everywhere. your customers want to travel to. We have itineraries that cover some of the most beautiful places in South America, some experiences out of this world in South Africa. In Emirates, I mean, there's just some wonderful itineraries that touch some just unique destinations over there in China and Japan. We do the World Cruise, which I mentioned to you earlier. I hope one day I get to do a chance to do one of these World Cruises, because I mean, what an amazing experience to go around the world on these beautiful ships that we have and stop at all these iconic places. So we are a global brand. We are everywhere that our customers want to travel to, and we're always working on ways to continue to develop strong itineraries so people get to go to the places they want to see. People get to go to their favorite spots and also discover new places too. We're also in that business to grow and take people to new places and discover these beautiful gems that are on this planet. So we're always trying to fine tune these itineraries to go to places that people love and also experience something new. In Europe, of course, they're the largest cruise line there. That's where we have a lot of our fans that I mentioned earlier too. They love to come over here to this side of the world and experience Ocean Key because they've experienced all of our Europe itineraries and all these wonderful programs that we have over there. And now they want to see what's going on this side, because that's where all the noise is coming from. We are making a loud noise over here and getting people to MSC, growing, investing, and they're hearing us and they want to come over here. Our fans are coming here to come try us, check us out. My wife is Brazilian, and I remember when I told her I was joining MSC. The whole family was thrilled. They were thrilled. They're like, we love MSC. It's so big down here. They have these wonderful itineraries, and it's massive over there. So we have a huge Brazilian fan of community over there. So it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, as you said, we're a global brand. We are here. We're there. We're all over the world, man.
Literally everywhere. And Louise, I don't know, boy. I mean, what you have 250 destinations, 100 countries, sailing to 6 continents. You know, I would really love to hit South Africa. I mean, that's always been kind of like a bucket list kind of a thing.
Yeah. I would love to do that. There's some beautiful itineraries there to go and visit this beautiful part of the world in South Africa. I want to do that when I want to do the World Cruise that I mentioned earlier. I really want to do the South America one too, because everyone talks about these wonderful stops that happen over there. So I want to check that out. I want to go to Europe to do one of these cruises, and Northern Europe looks beautiful. There's just so much. There's just so many wonderful places to go to, and I've been very fortunate to have done a couple of them already here in the Caribbean, and I've just had a wonderful time. So I can only imagine what the other ones are.
I will say, folks, if you're going into the Caribbean, try to get one of those with the overnight in Ocean Key. It is fabulous. And one of the things that I bet a lot of our viewers from America don't know about, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it because it's such a foreign concept here in the United States, but the way you operate some of your European itineraries, it's almost, for lack of a better term, it's almost like a hop on, hop off, where there will be people exiting the ship and coming on board the ship at almost every port. So can you kind of like walk us through that a little bit? It's such an interesting idea.
It is such a wonderful program, Walter, that we have. And the best way to describe it is flexibility. After the pandemic and COVID, we learned flexibility is the name of the game. People want to have flexibility and the ability to customize their travel. Very fortunate for us, MSC has been doing this for a very long time. It's called our Interporting Program that we do in Europe, which basically, let's just say there's an itinerary that goes to France, it goes to Spain and Italy, and you want to take it. It looks like a wonderful time and you want to go. So you go with your travel agent, you're starting to look at numbers, and the airfare to Italy is just out of control, but the airfare to Spain is significantly less. So what you do is you get the airfare to go to Spain, you board the ship in Spain, and you do the 7-night, 8-night, whatever it is, but you board from Spain and you don't miss out on anything. You are still part of the journey. It's like day one. Our crew has been doing this for such a very long time. Our ports have been doing this for a very long time, so they know what to expect. And it's just provides this wonderful level of flexibility and way to customize your trip that our customers love it. When they discover it and they do it, they just are like, I can't wait to do this again. I wish a lot of people say, I wish we could do this here in the US. I wish we could do it here in North America.
I wish we could.
It would be really nice, but no, we're not there yet. There's
Yeah.
obviously some laws that don't allow us to do that, but in Europe, that's something that we love to do, and customers love to do it as well. We take it another step further, though, Walter, and let's using that same example. If let's say you're already in Europe and you have 3 days where you don't really know what to do, you have this space to fill, and you heard about MSC and this itinerary that's going, in the 7 nights, but you don't have the 7 nights. You only have 3 nights. So you can actually board in the country that you're in, get on the ship, and disembark at the next. So let's say you're in France, but you need to get to Spain, and you just want to take those 2 nights, get it board in France, disembark in Spain, and you only pay for those 2 nights. So it's just a great experience, a great tool for our travel advisors, and a wonderful experience for our customers. So definitely encourage you to take a look and learn more with your travel advisor. There's abilities in our booking platform, MSC Book, for you to go and see how the itineraries are priced, how it works. But it's pretty much that simple. You start searching for the origin where you're going to want to embark, and it'll show you the opportunities to customize that trip as you go through the booking flow.
I mean, that's one of the things that I noticed right away when when it says, what port do you want? And it's like 5,000 things show up. And just to clarify what he's saying, so, those of us in the U.S., we're very conditioned, right? Barcelona, Civitavecchia, Athens. Those are the 3 big ports that if you're going to do a Mediterranean cruise, you're probably starting there, maybe Venice. But what Michael is saying and how MSC works it, there are lots of ports where you could just decide you basically get on the cruise. That's where your cruise happens to start. The ship is just doing its journey. You just get on the ship wherever it's convenient or wherever you want to get on the ship for a lot of these itineraries. I think that's so freaking brilliant, and I need to dig deeper into that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's part of what we're trying to do as well as we ramp up more of our educational programs for our travel advisors and our customers is, hey, this is a great tool, and you can go ahead and sell it right now and get people over to Europe and have these wonderful itineraries, customize it, and just have a remarkable vacation for these customers.
That would be, that is just so cool to think about that, folks. You're over in Europe, or maybe, you already just did a cruise on somebody else and like, man, I really wish we could have done, well, look, here's a ship that's going to do those 3 or 4 days. Just hop on it and go and do the thing. So yeah, I really wish we did have that here. Wouldn't that be cooler if we could just, get on in New York, hop, like it's coming down to Port Canaveral. You could just hop off at Port Canaveral instead of going on to the Caribbean. That would just be so cool. Oh my God.
That'd be the way to travel.
That would be amazing. And we're almost at an hour now, folks. So if you have any last questions, again, I'm Walter with Where's Walter Travel. This has been Michael here with MSC Cruises. My wife, Rebecca, has been absolutely silent off camera this entire show. But if we can help you in any way with your travels, where's waltertravel.com. And of course, every Thursday, we're going to try and have another guest. Michael, you've been incredibly gracious being here tonight. Now, one last big question that's on everybody's mind. I mean, everybody's talking about this. Galveston, Texas.
Galveston.
MSC's coming. When?
Well, look, I wish I knew when that date was ready to be announced, but I will tell you that it is a very important market for us. There is a lot of things in motion happening to get us there quicker than we expect, and we're excited about that timeline, and we're excited about that project, but we want to be there. The heavy lifting is pretty much complete now. It's just some logistical pieces on Galveston, but soon enough we will have the opportunity to continue to make wonderful announcements, and that will one day be in the pipeline. But soon it'll happen, and I can't wait for when we're able to announce and talk about some concrete plans.
Awesome. So you and I need to ride the World America over, and then we got to put on our cowboy hats when they're ready.
Just bring it over, yeah, right.
See? So folks, once again, when you go on an MSC ship, make sure you get yourself a little inflatable souvenir. These things are so freaking much fun. I love these so much. Michael, you've been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. Everybody who's watching out there, thank you so much for tuning in. We really do appreciate it. Again, I'm Walter with Where's Walter Travel, where's waltertravel.com, with my lovely wife right off camera as my partner in crime in this whole thing. And Michael, thank you so very much for taking time out of your day to come and join us.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Walter. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And thank you, everyone, for the feedback, the comments, participating in this session with us. We are really excited about the future of MSC. There's some great programs that are going to be coming out in the next couple of months and years. And we're excited to be delivering this product to you all. There's just great things. And I couldn't be more excited to be a part of this organization.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Cheers to everybody for joining in. And remember, we'll be back here next Thursday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And on Sunday morning, we're on TikTok, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time with a simulcast over here on YouTube. Thanks so much, everybody. Good night, Michael. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. Thank you. Take care.